So hang on a sec, Jace. What you're telling me is there's only 3 must-dos that I have to worry about with my social media? Surely there's more. Well, there is. There's plenty more. The 3 most important keys that you must get right, that you must do before worrying about diving into the detail, we're going to explore right now. They're quick, they're easy. Let's rip right in. Okay, so it almost sounds too good to be true, only having 3 things that you need to be able to do. Well, let's not read the heading the wrong way. It's the 3 must-dos. There's a lot of to-dos and there's a lot of to-don'ts, if that's such a term. But the 3 things you must, don't you love that word? Things. The 3 things, the 3 aspects, the 3 must-dos for anyone engaging in social media, for marketing in your business, which is a major avenue of us in our health and medical businesses, is what we're going through in this podcast. Now, I have a model that's based on a triangle, and there are 3 parts to what you need to do in your marketing every single month. And what they actually are is you must have digital, you must have physical, and you must have professional. So this is going to work in onto the digital side, which is just one of the 3 areas in your monthly marketing plan. Of that digital side of things, huge amounts of areas to explore. So many different digital ways, everything from your Facebook through to your LinkedIn, through to your email marketing, your Instagrams. There is so much more on the digital strategy. But here's the thing. Number 1, the biggest key with this on social media marketing in a health and medical business is consistency. I might find that everyone goes, well, yeah, of course it is. But here's the challenge. Very, very few people are actually consistent. Most people will do a whole bunch of blogs, and they'll think blogs are great, and they'll go and do a big 300 or 500 word blog. They'll do one this week, and one next week, and one the week after, and then they'll be away for a week and they're like, oh, I haven't done one for 2 weeks, oh, I'll do another one. And it's not consistent. People like consistency. People expect consistency. It's like the consistency of delivery in your business is one thing, and that includes the way in which you market, the way in which you promote, the way in which you give value. It has to be consistent all the time. So first of all, get your consistency right. If it's Facebook, there's a great example here. How many people, and I reckon everyone's putting their hand up here, I've even been responsible for doing this, where I'll go out and do a barrage of posts and think it's all great, blah, 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 and a week later you feel like you've run out of content, or you go, oh, it's just hard, or oh, a day won't matter. I'm doing a video every morning at 8 o'clock, and you do it for like 6 or 7 days, and then it just drops off. I remember about 12 months ago, in fact it was a bit more than that, I had a young, inspiring allied health professional, and I don't want to be too descriptive because I don't want that person to go, that's me, but they approached me and said, I'm going to run like an allied health professional TV type program, I'm going to launch it on YouTube, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 and every day I'm going to, and so I gave them some advice and some pointers, and I made it very clear. And this particular person went ahead and did a great job. The first episode, was 28 minutes, I think it was. And then the next day it was like 23 minutes, 26 minutes. And it went for like a week and a half. Every day it was really powerful, great message. And then it became every sort of second day. And then it was like every third or fourth day. And then it went a week. And before you know it, it disappeared. And it only lasted about 6 weeks. Nothing's happened since. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to lose credibility. You don't want to lose respect. If you're going to make statements about doing something, you need to follow through. You need to make it work. If you're in a situation where you're going to start a new form of digital marketing in your social media side of things, maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe it's Instagram, whatever it is, make sure first and foremost that you are consistent with what you're actually putting out. Not just consistent in the exact wording or necessarily the exact topic, but you have to be consistent on when you deliver that information. Because going hard and putting all this great advice out there for a couple of weeks and then not doing it doesn't work. People will discredit your reputation. People don't like that. It also goes completely against things like your Google algorithms and your Facebook algorithms, etc. if you're not getting traction, if you're not getting eyes on your stuff, if you're not getting engagement, then everything gets smashed and knocked backwards. So as a net result, you have to make sure that we are in a period of time where you're consistent, you deliver, you get that engagement, and you're able to keep that routine. So don't go out on your social media and try and do 2 posts every day and go all the way through if you're only just starting a consistent social media strategy that will actually work. What you're probably better off doing it is just post on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and stick to 4 times a week, or whatever the scenario is, because you can always ramp it up. And if you do what we do, and we have particular models and templates that we work with our clients, we are able to do literally a month's worth of content so that we're actually posting at least once a day in our health businesses for a whole month, and we're able to do it in under 30 minutes of planning and structure, and there's normally about 30 to 40 minutes of actually getting some of that other content and videos and things like that together. So in under an hour or an hour and a half, you can actually run all of your social media every single day for a whole month in your health business. Very simple templates and models and structure for the do it. We do it with our clients. That's how we do it. It works amazing, great traction, great avenue, great return on investment, huge amounts of clientele and marketing as a net result. But it comes around because we set the plan and we are consistent in delivering that. People expect it, people love it, people engage, and that's the most important thing, first and foremost, that we're consistent in delivery. We're not a fly by the night, turn up once, disappear, and people don't know when things are happening. People like consistency across all realms of life, and your social media strategy must reflect that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is it must be natural. It must feel natural. It must be who you are, not trying to forcibly be people that you aren't. A great example is these podcasts, for instance. Are they absolutely perfect? No. Are they, the quality that you used to get on a CD, bought with a soundproof room, that, everything was amazing on the acoustics? No. Have I got some good tech in place to make sure it's great? Yeah, absolutely. But I keep it very natural. I make sure that the video side of this is, for those who are watching on the video right now, I'm just sitting in one of my workplace offices and it's who I am. I'm not trying to dress up in a suit and tie. I'm actually wearing a Ralph Polo pink salmon shirt. This is what I'm wearing today. This is who I am. I talk naturally. Sometimes I swear. That is part and parcel of who I am as a person. How I phrase things. Sometimes I'm very confident in what we say and I might get a little bit passionate. Other times I might be quite playing a bit of the devil's advocate. Other times I stir the pot. But that's who I am as a person. That's what people like. That's what people know me for. There's no use me trying to do a big song and dance and pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. It doesn't work. It frustrates people and you get no traction. Now, the thing that most people are challenged by with this is that they go, what if I say the right thing or the wrong thing? Or what if I don't seem professional? And we have that fear inside our head, we're not going to have as good a one as someone else. Or what if I put this out and it's not as professionally done on that handout? Or what if I do a video on social media and, it's not all fancy? But honestly, people don't care and you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. The fact of the matter is, you just want to be natural. It's why people like you. It's why people are engaging with you, and it's what's going to draw people to you. When you're just natural, they can feel like they relate to you, they understand you, they feel like they get to know you and that you've got a relationship before you've even met them. That's how life goes. You just want it to be natural. Don't try and be over the top with what you do. If you're not someone who's really verbose and standing on stage with big lights and that, don't do your podcasts or your videos or your pictures in a studio. Just do it in your normal environment. Speak like you normally would. Act like you normally would, because that's what's going to get the most amount of traction. All right, so keep it simple. And you know what, guys? When it comes around to whether it's good or bad, indifferent, you're always going to have people that want to knock you. It's always the people that hate themselves for some reason, or the person that's jealous. It's always going to, want to think bad, that wants to criticize you, etc. But you know what? For those people, they're the people that the only time they taste success is when they take a bite out of someone else. So you know what? You're always going to have those 1 or 2% of people that hate you, want to criticize you, etc. Who cares? Because for every 1 or 2% that don't like what you do, regardless of how amazing you were and are and what you put forward, you're always going to have 10, 20, 30% of people that absolutely love you, and then all the rest are in the middle of the bell curve anyway that think it's great and it's fantastic. So don't worry about the haters and the negative people. Don't let your ability to change the lives around you be dimmed by someone else's negativity and hatred of life and jealousy and all those type of things, okay? And that leads me to number 3. And number 3 is everything you need to do has to be simple, easy, clear. Drop the jargon, drop the technical speak. People don't care that you have a PhD and you can recite the Krebs cycle from bioenergetics at university, etc. I'm not dissing education or academics or PhD people, etc. What I'm saying is don't talk technical. Don't try and, spell sternocleidomastoid or whatever it happens to be, right? You don't need to use the big words. You just have to be able to be normal and talk to them on their level. If you're going to do an exercise video or explain something about anatomy and things like that, keep it really simple and short, because people don't actually really care for the anatomy side of it. What they care about is the value of the solution that you're giving. So if you're doing a video, you need to make sure that we're not talking technical. You don't need to talk about stats or research or 4 out of 5 people, blah, 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 right? What are they saying anyway? 86% of statistics are made up. I mean, that stat in itself was just made up. So here's the thing, guys. Keep it simple, keep it clear. Talk to them on their level, right? Do this because can you feel this here? This is meant to move up, right? Keep this flat. Do this at home, on your step, blah, blah, etc. Keep it so it's relatable, simple, clean, easy. That way they understand it, they know what to do, how to do it, they get the value, they extract the benefit, and they're more likely to engage with you. It's how people talk at a pub over a chicken schnitzel and a beer, all right? And as a net result, you get better traction, better rapport and relationship, and this all goes to amazing work that people like Ari Galpler have been doing for decades. It goes to the Harvard studies that show that people prefer trust and relationships over competency, etc. So don't talk technical. Don't try and prove who you are. Don't keep trying to tell everyone you're the expert in blah, blah, blah. Don't tell them that. Show them. And when people see it and when people feel it, they'll understand it, and that's where the value comes. So guys, there's the 3 must-dos. Number 1, keep it consistent. Whatever you do, it has to be consistent. Number 2, it has to be natural. It's you, it's the team, it's in your natural environment. Don't try and be a try hard and act above and below. Don't do it. And number 3 is keep it easy, simple, no technical terms and jargon. Keep it simple so they can understand it. They get the solution, they get the benefit and the value, and they can move forward from there. They're your 3 must-dos. Go and plug it in and you watch your business soar as a net result. Your social media will go absolutely nuts and you'll thank me for it later. Have a great day. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.